So hello folks, we say once again welcome to the national television service of the Liberia Broadcasting System. My name is Ayesiniba and I'm here with my colleague Damo Afufana. Jointly we are bringing you this broadcast from Disco Hill in Magibi County, where the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, the LDA, will shortly set fire to a large quantity of confiscated drugs on Disco Hill in Magibi County. And it's been nearly 5 hours since we arrived here. The folks earlier on held a formal ceremony where we saw the presence of the Health Minister, Dr. Louis Mapel Koto, and also the Comptroller from the Liberia Immigration Service, and also folks from the National Security Agency as well. And as we speak, we still have personnel from the armed forces of Liberia. So it was a day-long exercise that saw international partners as well. And now the folks from the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency had to dismantle all of the drugs that were confiscated during the period under review, September to October. And the LDA placed the street value. Let me get this information rightly. The LDA placed the street value of the drug in Liberian dollar at 40,601,401.50, with an equivalent of approximately 218,790.85 United States dollars. And the seized substances include 395 grams of cocaine, 147.6 grams of heroin, 5,124 grams of kush, 4,127 grams of marijuana, and 111,378 tramadol pills. Additionally, the agency reported that 6 vehicles, including a petroleum tanker, as well as 10 motorbikes, were impounded. 2 horses are also being held by the LDA pending the outcome of ongoing court proceedings. And the suspects involving the drug-related offenses ranging the age from 18 to 70 years old, the LDA added. And further information from the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency is that the LDA did reveal during their press conference that the arrests were made across all 15 political subdivisions of Liberia. Of the total number of 178 suspects who are currently being arraigned before the court, 55 are females and 123 are males. The breakdown by nationality includes 113 Liberians, 17 Guineans, 1 Nigerian, 6 Ivorians, and 3 Sierra Leoneans. But yes, we are here to bring you the branding ceremony, that is, and the setting ablaze of a drug worth over 40 million United States dollar. And we been here since morning. Earlier on, we brought you a broadcast from the headquarters of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency in Fiama. And that live broadcast followed the subsequent arrival of the drugs here up Disco Hill in Magibi County. And as part of the transparent nature of this exercise, we then thought it wise to bring you a coverage from the headquarters of the LDA, giving exclusive coverage to the coming in of the drugs here up Disco Hill. And you saw that live on camera. Upon our arrival here, we later brought the broadcast to a closure because of the time-consuming nature of disassembling the drugs as they were actually arranged by the folks who were actually arrested with all of the drugs here today. And as you can see, the officers are forming being instructed to unify and form a uniformity, and will carry out some of the necessary gymnastics which will obviously motivate the folks. And after the necessary formalities, they will then let the fire canal, which comprise of used bags, and they will place a reasonable amount of gasoline on the road, which will obviously burn from the initiation point and will move up to where the drugs are being packed on top of hundreds of tires. And right after that, they will set ablaze the over 40 million Liberian dollar worth of drugs seized, or if you may, confiscated by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. The interim team during the period October, September, 2 months.
Put the gas around here.
Okay, so that's the voice of the Deputy ORC for Administration, Honorable Tappet, informing us about the coming in of gasoline, which will obviously serve as a catalyst in bringing this huge quantity of drugs here up Disco Hill. And Disco Hill is where the victims of the Ebola and coronavirus were so it's famous for the coronavirus and the Ebola virus. Which obviously took the lives of many Liberians and those who resided in Liberia at the time. So once you hear the name Disco Hill, it will obviously remind you about the coronavirus or the Ebola virus. So as usual, the LDA will burn or set ablaze drugs confiscated. So just stick and stay with us as we bring you this live coverage from Disco Hill. This is in Lower Magidi County. As we speak, I'm wearing 3 nose, which is intended to help prevent the intake of the smokes that will come out of this burning exercise. And jokingly, you listen to the Deputy for Administration, Honorable Tappet, who said all of the officers will be exempt from drug tests today. That is folks who are already here, because imagine once the fire is lit and you have to stir the substances beneath the tile and making sure that all of the substances, illegal substances, burn to the ground. So once the fire is lit, there will obviously be folks from the LDA who will remain here and make sure that the drugs are burned completely. Otherwise, you have some of the folks, as we have been informed, who lives around here will obviously, upon the departure of the LDA officers, will come and dig into the burn site in anticipation that all of the drugs will not obviously burn, and they will come here and stir the burn drugs site to see if they can lay their hand on some of the unburned substances. But let's see how that will play off for the LDA. That will obviously depend on the professionalism of the LDA in terms of paddling drugs, arranging them, and making sure that they are burned completely. So After hours of hard work, the LDA will go into a motivational section. Now we already have the gas here. So this is the channel through which the fire will be lit, and it will go in that order till it gets to the point where you see the huge pile of drugs, and then it will obviously burst into a flame of fire. So however you are watching, we love to say thanks for watching. I see Miata D McKenty says, we as Liberians say no to drugs. Seku Soko Kamara say, congratulations LDA. Zeti say, are they from population? That's a question. I see Eddie Hammer. I hope the dancing you guys are doing, men are still watching for more drugs. That is coming from Eddie Hammer. And David City says, the best LDA in the life of Liberia. And Zeti says, welcome, and obviously watching from the USA. So you too can form part of the broadcast. Just indicate exactly where you are watching from and leave your comment in the comment section, and then we'll have it read for you. Abraham P. Pusa says, thanks to LDA. Morris Bubba says, great job as well. Cecilia Rabos is watching from Pawtucket. And I see Michael G. Tupa is watching from Caldwell, Maserati County. Michael says, many thanks to the LDA for their hard work. Alex B. Miller, following from India, I said thanks to the LDA for great job done. So folks, that's it. We are still here anticipating shortly the bringing of over $4 million Liberian worth of drugs seized by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, the interim management team, during the period of 2 months, October, September. Damora Fofana is here, and we've been here since the break of dawn. They all started from the headquarters of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and now we will obviously end here up Disco Hill in Lower Mangibi County. Great job by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. They continue to receive commendations from all walks of life for the commitment in fighting drugs. Marco B. Smo is watching from Duporo. Mark Amo Davis said thanks to the LDA. I'm following live from Sierra Leone. Thanks for watching. So the officer in charge of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, DCP Fejara TM Biago, will lit the fire, but as per tradition,
Yes, sir. Listen to the chief now. You when they say pay attention. Listen to you. Now the chief here. Mr. Sherry, yes, sir. Mr. Rao, give it Mr. Rao, yes, sir. So in my tradition, yes, sir. When they ask the kid to use a pickiest basket, yes, sir, to tow food from the farm to the village. Yes, sir. So they say the child say the basket that can fit on his or her, yes, the basket she can tow, or he or she can tow. So I understand your tradition. Yes, sir. Tradition is meant to be respected. Yes, it's meant to be obeyed. So at this hour, on behalf of my team, yes, sir, we want to present this traditional token, yes, sir, to you. Thank you, sir. Is our token of our appreciation. Thank you, for the kind of hard work I've been doing here. Yes, this alone shows togetherness, it shows unity, and it shows commitment to serve your country. So I want to say thank you, and let's continue to work together. Let brotherly love continue.
I tell all of my boss.
Where's the guy? So it's so doing. Where's the guy? Hey, Dano, hey! Dano,
So the drugs. The drugs has been set ablaze.
No, we need to let it go chunky there.
So the folks from the LDA will go close to the fire to steer. Emmanuel G. Gay says, good evening. My LDA family, I'm watching from Benafan Telecom, Morovia. Thanks, you guys, for the good job.
This is the 705.
So, however we are watching, folks, we say thanks for joining this broadcast. My name is Ayisin Iba, and I'm here with my colleague Damawa Fofana. We've been here since this morning from the headquarters of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, where they all started, and the agency took offloaded their warehouse with an estimated amount of about 40 million. So we ask you to not panic, as the folks here will intermittently fire gun here, and you will hear the sign of gun being fired. So watching this live broadcast, we ask you not to panic. Please do not panic. Lawrence Smo is watching from Kula Tree Community GSA Road. Thanks for watching. Satera Kamara say, great job, LDA. So folks, do not panic. Please be informed that the sound of gun is to give morale to the folks from the LDA after a marvelous job confiscating over 40 million worth of drugs during the period 2 months, September, October. Very dark smoke oozing into the sky in Magibi. Helen P. Segbe said, thanks so much, LDA. Obviously, the LDA, since the inception of the interim team, has been doing a very good job. Mr. Tape, Deputy for Administration, Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Let's give you a pictorial scene of the drugs being set ablaze. Journalists from come here to observe the burning ceremony of over $40 million Liberian dollar worth of drugs by the LDA. Is the chairman of the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinion, CEO. He's here, and we're going to engage with you very briefly. I want to say welcome to LNTV, sir.
Yeah, thank you so very much.
You've been here, like myself, observed the entire ceremony. Firstly, I want to have your view on how was the entire process like for you?
Yeah, so we want to firstly extend a warm gratitude to the interim management team of the LDA. The early start of their line of work and line of exercise is very impressive. As civil society, representing the civil society community, representing the intellectual community, we are here to witness this event. I'm told there's a routine event every June, but now with the aggressive nature of the work and the aggressive line of work we're seeing from ORC Biago and his management team, I think they are doing well.
There are folks who are, portraying the LDA in a negative manner. You have been following the workings of the LDA. What do you say to folks against the fight of drug with the current team?
I think there will always be mixed view about people who into public service. And based on your own line of work, what my own of impression with the interim management team is that they are engaging, building confidence with the community. They have reached out to CEO, and CEO will soon embark on the nationwide drugs awareness as a way of contributing to our country. We can sit down and allow generations, be left behind. So we are saying we committing our support to the just fight as institutions, and we are asking the government to double up, the beef up their effort. Yeah, we see the first uptick of number with regard to budgetary support to the LDA. But I think they need more support, logistical support. I'm told only 7 counties being covered with logistics car. We think we're giving thanks and appreciation to the international partner also doing well for the LDA. So with that regard, we want to say the interim management team should focus. There will always be people who have different view about which work and how they are delivering on their line of work.
You spoke about giving a roadmap to the LDA. What exactly is that?
That roadmap, as Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinion, we're into partnership with the LDA, and we have run the first, hotspot analysis in Mosurado. We have divided Mosurado into 150 communities and 5 purpose to the LDA where they can run their operation. So that document is currently with the LDA. We will soon embark on a nationwide drugs awareness across the country. So we're waiting for approve the budget, then we can kickstart.
Before we take leave of you, is there anything you want to say out to Liberians as we climax this interview?
Yeah, the only thing I want to share in my own line of opinion is that this is a whole pandemic issues. It's involved of politics. When people want to politicize everything in our country, I see it from a different perspective. Because everybody in this country, I directly or indirectly are victim of the drug situation. It's not you, somebody in your family, because based on our family culture in Liberia, we have different people, extended family. If not you, because if I share my own analysis with you, what we've seen in Sierra Leone are much more bad off than what we've experienced in Liberia. So since the LDA, according to their own report, that some of these border areas are the source of where some of these drugs are coming from, I think they need to beef up their joint security, operation, wherein they can stop some of these issues at the joint security level.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you are welcome.
Well, folks, he's the chairman of the Center for the Exchange of Intellectual Opinion, CEO Mohamed Dukle, there sharing his experience and his observation regard to the burning of over 40 million Liberian dollar worth of drugs here today at the Disco Hill community in Lower Mangivi County. So we will just administration at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency.
That was my colleague Ayesin Yeba, and we have been here since this morning with the officers of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, and they came all the way to Marshall Disco to destroy these drugs that worth 40 million Liberian dollars. And this morning we pick them up from the headquarters of the LDA in Fiamma.
So, folks, let's engage the view of the Deputy for Administration at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. Honorable Tape, I want to say good evening and welcome to the media.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
You are doing a marvelous job owing to the fact that just in the split of 2 months, you were able to confiscate a huge quantity of drug worth over 40 million Liberian dollars. Firstly, bring us up to speed with this exercise here today.
Yeah, as you can see here, for the last 2 months, 11 days, we have been running behind drug traffickers and drug dealers to make sure that we rid Liberia of drugs. As you can see, just in the course of 2 months, 11 days, I mean, we came with all hands on deck, having the support from the government of Liberia and the citizens as a whole. We are going out there to make sure that those who are trying to destroy our youthful generation, we put stop to it and make sure we have them arrested and prosecuted. As I speak to you, we have more than 115 persons behind bars right now at the Maria Central Prison and Federal Prison that were arrested with huge quantity of drugs, and we have zero tolerance to drugs. And by the grace of God, we can assure you that in the next couple of months that will be coming, to find drugs in Liberia will be very much difficult for us because we have all hands on deck and we are carrying on a presidential mandate to make sure that those who are bringing drugs to destroy our youthful population, we have them arrested and successfully prosecute them. So as you can see, just in 2 months, we were able to confiscate drugs more than 40 million Liberian dollars, and we are still pursuing them. As they bring them by land, air, and sea, we are in the capacity to make sure we have them arrested at all costs.
We've just... How essential is it for the LDA?
Oh, right now we are getting government support. We have 15 vehicles. We are divided our vehicles now in 15 counties, and we are hopeful that we can get additional 10 more vehicles so that we can be able to cross all over Liberia. And all of the hotspots, we can be able to have DA officers there fully armed and equipped. So from this now, we'll be writing our boss, the Minister of Justice, to make sure that we have a special SWAT team that will be heavily armed, because I know that this will be a very big fight. People will want to fight back, so we have to be able to protect our men and also be able to protect ourselves as we are going above chasing the drug traffickers and distributors in the various communities. Right now, I can assure you that drugs now in the country now, to even get it now, is getting harder, because drugs that they were selling for $100 now has increased to almost 200 to 500 Liberian dollars. Because finding it right now is very difficult. Yeah, so we will put all our life in this war to make sure that Liberia is a drug-free country.
Your sister country, Sierra Leone, is not actually in line with you in the fight of drugs. Looking at the report, a huge number of the drugs coming in country are coming from the borders. The borders are port of entry. Yeah. What do you see? What's your relationship with the Sierra Leone government?
Also communicated with the Liberia Immigration Service, because they control border and has complete control of border management. So they are engaged in the Sierra Leone counterpart, and personally we are preparing to have a meeting with the Sierra Leone counterpart, the ambassador here, to inform them, because most of the arrests we are doing now are coming from Freetown. So we need to increase the border by having complete border surveillance and increasing manpower, and have some sophistication like drones in the night that we can be able to track the movement from drugs or drugs from one area to another area, so that we can be able to work in collaboration with our Sierra Leone counterpart.
Recently, the LDA put out a release wherein they mentioned you that folks who were caught in the act of drug trafficking had gone at your residence to do what? You want to brief us?
It was a serious problem. Some people in my community were caught with drugs, specifically marijuana. They mixed it up with air oil, and they started selling it in the community. And the DEA as a whole, when they arrested them, took them to the court and prosecuted them, and some they were prosecuted, and some neighbors came in to beg, and I told them no, it was a war that we were fighting, and there's no way I can be arresting other people in different communities and allow people within Carway area to be able to come and be selling drugs. So therefore I told them that let them be prosecuted so that it can serve as a deterrent. And almost 7 guys got so agitated, they arrested my son and started beating on him, and he was able to respond, and he hit one of them, and he ran to the house, and they followed him and decided to storm under my house. But then we were able to go back there with reinforcement. We arrested one, Ernest Lamont, 8 years, is Fabio. And President, as I speak to you, he was taken at the Moriva Central Prison, because we are going full length to make sure we have him prosecuted. And there's a warning for all drug dealers. If you feel that because we are hot on you people and bringing you people to daylight, and you think that you can attack me or attack any of my family members, you will be fighting a losing battle, because we have the capacity to run after you, and we'll make sure we'll get you.
So before we take leave of you, what do you say to Liberians with the level of a fight against drugs in the country?
Liberians, we want you to sleep and relax yourself, because right now it's a war we are fighting. We know we have 2 different groups. One there are in favor of all fighting, and one is totally against us. Even within our own DEA, we have our own DEA officer fighting us, because some of them who have been in the illicit trade conniving with drug dealers, we are trying to weed them off. So this is how you see the publicity is growing up there, people trying to get against us. But they are fighting a losing battle, because those that are in favor of us are more than those that are against us. So it's a game. Can you imagine someone have been receiving money through drug dealing, and you try to cut the supply line? That had to be a complete war. So you will see on social media that they pay people to attack us, but we are not deterred, because we got to make sure that Liberia is a drug-free country. If you listen to the president's speech, he will tell you that one of his priorities is to make sure that you fight illicit drugs coming into Liberia. And presently, you can see we have 15 vehicles that were turned over to the government, that the government of Liberia turned over to us, and we are making good use of it. From here, Bow, Waterside, Grand Jide, Sando, Grand Crew, Bon County, we have already covered the area, and we are about to extend to Nimba and other counties to actually make sure that we have DA officers assigned and be fully equipped, so that we can be able to put all hands on deck and make sure that Liberia becomes a drug-free country. Right now, as you can see, just 1 minute, as you can see, opium, marijuana, as we call it, the Santipidine, was sold for $50 Liberian, but it has increased to almost $500, because to even find it right now is difficult. And we make sure that the price of drug now will go up to maybe $2,000 if you can see it and take the risk. Well, you can continue it, but besides that, we'll make sure that we get everything off hand and make sure we prosecute those who are trying to destroy our youthful generation.
What extra mechanism is the LDA putting in place apart from the manpower? Because I witnessed a situation whereby around the Benasfan area, there was this long trailer truck. The LDA had to offload searching for drugs, and they could not find drugs, but it was entirely soaked. So in terms of using some equipment to test for drugs.
Yeah, right now we are using community engagement, and we are also partnering with our security agency, intelligence-wise, to make sure that they feed with the information from all checkpoints. So it is suspected to be driving with drugs in your car on board. They pass the information to us, because I'm from the intelligence cycle. So I'm working with my, partners and make sure they are deployed to strategic areas. And when they suspect you to have drugs on your vehicle, they will always call and inform our operation people to go in. And this is how we are successful. And in the various communities, we have over 14 different clubs that we have engaged the student population, the motorcyclists, and they are all working for us undercover. So most of the successes we are making now is because of the intelligence that we are picking up for either the motorcyclists, the transport union, the imam, the reverend, and community dwellers. Through this, we are all, fortunate to get all of them.
I want to say thank you for speaking to us.
Thank you so much. You are most welcome. After this, we will still continue the fight and we'll make sure that the last drug dealers in Liberia and trafficker is arrested at all costs.
Thank you very much. Well, folks, he's the deputy for administration at the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency on a Rotape, who has been in a brief interview with us here from the Dosco Hill site where we started this coverage when the LDA set ablaze about 40 million Liberian dollar worth of drugs. And as you can see, the drugs are still on fire. And this is how I want to bring this broadcast to a closure. It has been a day-long activity here or exercise by the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency. So folks, thanks for watching. I've been here with my colleague Damoa Fofana, and jointly we brought you this coverage from Dosco Hill in Lower Magibi County, where the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency has set ablaze over 40 million Liberian dollar worth of drugs, inclusive of tramadol, heroin,